It is important to acknowledge that Pakistan has previously voiced concerns over certain actions by India under the treaty. Consistent with the treaty's provisions, we sought settlement through international mechanisms and respected decisions even they fell short of our expectations. At no stage was the outright unilateral abrogation of the treaty considered a viable course of action by either side. Responsible states act within established legal frameworks rather than abandoning these. And yet today, we find ourselves confronted with precisely such a challenge. It is important to underscore that our concerns are not merely based on Indian statements. India has followed up its belligerent statements with illegal actions. These include projects to create reservoirs such as Sawalkot, Kirthia, Kawar, etc., the expansion of existing structures such as Baglayar and Salal, and most alarmingly, diversion projects on the Indus, Chenab and Ravi rivers. In total, at least 17 such projects that will drastically alter the river system as a whole, giving India the tools for hydro hegemony that it so desires. Ladies and gentlemen, as you will appreciate, river systems are not merely waterways, they are lifelines. They carry profound historical significance and serve as immediate sources of sustenance and survival. One of the world's oldest continuous human civilizations, the Indus Valley civilization, which subsequently nurtured the Gandhara civilization and gave rise to numerous cultural and historical developments, faces an unprecedented threat today.
We categorically reject the baseless and malicious allegations made by Pakistan. We also categorically reject the references to J&K made by the OIC. Pakistan's propaganda is designed to mask its domestic failures and support for terrorism. Its misuse of the OIC coordinator's role only reinforces this deception. We have no desire to dignify such propaganda. However, we would like to make a few points. For the record, Jammu and Kashmir was, is and will always remain an integral and inalienable part of India. The only unresolved issue is Pakistan's illegal occupation of Indian territories and their return. Mr. Vice President, Pakistan's propaganda cannot obscure the reality of repression in Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir. The ongoing tragedy in Rawalakot, the killing of hundreds of civilians and the brutal crackdown across Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir are the predictable outcome of a system built on forcible occupation and sustained through repression. Decades of military land grabs, demographic engineering, and the denial of basic freedoms have brought matters to a point where even demands for bread, electricity, rights and dignity are met with bullets and brutality. This should surprise no one. An illegal and illegitimate occupation can be sustained only through force. Mr. Vice President, this is the country where the sitting defense minister boasts of hosting, training and deploying terrorists as state policy, and yet Pakistan calls itself a victim of terrorism. Indeed, a paradox which only Pakistan could sustain. It is a living example of a Frankenstein state which is shocked when its own monster bites back. Mr. Vice President, our position on Indus Waters Treaty is well known. It defies logic that a state which exports terror as an instrument of policy continues to demand the privileges of cooperation predicated on goodwill and friendship. It is equally undeniable that the treaty is now outdated. No technical arrangement can remain frozen in time while the world around it is transformed. A treaty negotiated in 1960 cannot be treated as a perpetual entitlement, which is insulated from accountability, detached from present-day realities, and untouched by the profound changes of the past 6 decades. The escalating impacts of climate change, advances in technology, and the growing imperative for sustainable clean energy demand a re-evaluation of the treaty's relevance and applicability. Mr. Vice President, instead of coveting Indian territories, Pakistan would serve itself and its people far better by putting its own house in order. Its seasonal theatrics in this council have long outlived any novelty.